Welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to cook snails. Yes, you heard me right. We are cooking peppered snails, Nigerian peppered snails. As you can see, I have my snails in my pot and I'm just going to go in with my onions. Guys, use a lot of onions because for those people that don't like snails, they don't like snails because either it's not washed well, so it has some slime, or because of the smell. So use a lot of onions to dial down the smell sometimes. So I got in with my seasoning. I used Maggi seasoning because I feel like Maggi is meant for anything local and snails are kind of like seafood. So I went in with my salt as well and pepper. So if you don't really like the smell of snails and everything, just use pepper to kill that down. It's going to dial it down properly. And then I went in with 2 cups of water. Guys, snails don't take time on the heat. In 15 minutes, your snails are fully cooked. Except you want it to be really, really soft, then you can go in for like 25 minutes, 20 minutes. But I went with 2 cups of water and allowed it to cook for a while. While that's done, I stirred it and turned on my stove, stirred it for all the seasoning to get into the snails for it to cook properly. Let's get right into it and allow our snails to cook. I cooked this for exactly 15 minutes and guys, in 15 minutes it was done, it was ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover my pot and allow it to cook. Guys, if you remember this pot when I unboxed it, I'm just giving a review now that the pot is doing very, very well and doing what it is supposed to do. So guys, get this pot if you really liked it in my unboxing video. So going on, and I'm allowing my snails to cook, and then in 15 minutes everything was ready. It was soft, it was well cooked, it was well seasoned, everything got into it properly, and we're ready to go. Well, now it is cooked. I opened it, saw that it was tender, it was good, and I just let it sieve a little bit, let it cool down a little bit, Then I took it all out of the pot. It's not really nice to use snail sauce to do anything. So usually just put the amount of water that you know that will cook it and then not burn, because you don't need the water for anything. Don't use snail water to cook anything as like a broth or something. It's not nice. Your food is not going to taste nice. So allow the water to cook into the snails to dry up properly if possible. Don't use snail sauce. So that's done now. I got it out into my filter because I really didn't want any of the water. Now in my blender, I'm going to blend my pepper sauce. So I'm using the plastic blade because I want a bit of rough blending. I don't want to make it so smooth because I'm trying to make the pepper sauce for the snail right now. And you don't want you don't want it to look like it's stew you're cooking. You want it to look like sauce. So this is peppered snail. So I'm already using bonnet peppers. I'm using shombo. For those that don't know what shombo is, it's like a bit of ball red pepper, but I'm using that, and I'm going to in with loads of onions as well. I use the purple onions and the white onions just to give it a bit of taste, to give it a bit of seasoning. So you can see it's blending that very well. You see the blending is rough. It is not smooth. We are not trying to cook stew. So this is the perfect consistency. As you can see, I'm showing it to you here. This is how you want your sauce to look. Not smooth, but roughly blended. And then your Ninja blender, the plastic blade is going to give you this perfect consistency. So that's perfect. Now I thought to use potatoes, white potatoes, to also eat my snails, peppered snails. So I peeled my potatoes. I got my oil on fire. Guys, like I said, this pot is a banger. Then I put in onions in my oil. I like to always put onions in my oil because it gives the oil some flavor. And we are looking for flavor. We don't just want to eat bland foods. So we are looking for flavor. We are looking for something that is really amazing to our taste buds. So yes, I'm going to let my onions sit in my oil for a while, and then when it's hot and ready, I put in my potatoes, fry them properly, and then they look like this. In Canada here, they have like different kinds of potatoes. I've seen the pink ones, I've seen the orange ones, but I'm Nigerian. I always love my white Nigerian potatoes. These are a bit expensive here in Canada, but I had to get them because I was craving them so much. So while that's frying, I let it sit. Always stir, guys, so you have a crispy, crunchy, potato. And don't let it soak oil by leaving it there for so long. So that's done. And I got in my other pan. I put in a bit of oil because let's now make the pepper sauce for the snails. So I just put in a bit of oil. That was not too much. If you know me, you know I'm already trying to do a weight loss journey, and I don't use lots of oils in anything I cook because I'm trying to live healthy. So I put in my sauce in the pepper mix in my pan. As you can see, the oil was a bit hot. I put that in. I stirred that for a while and allowed it to cook and dry properly, because this is raw pepper. You don't want to put raw pepper in your mouth. It's going to be too hot and spicy. So you have to allow that to fry very well. And when it fries very well, it kind of tones down the pepper, like makes it tolerable for you to eat. And since I blended it with onions, it will still tone it down. But people love lots of pepper. They love it hot, hot, hot. I'm not that kind. I eat peppers, but I don't eat crazy peppers that will make my ears and eyes tear up and ring. I'm not that kind of pepper eater. Now you can see that the mix is drying up properly. I used minimal oil, as you can see. Some people might show you this recipe and you can see oil popping through the pan, but that's not what we are doing here. So just minimal oil, and then I just let it fry, let it sit for a bit, let it dry up some more, and then I season it. I put just one bay leaf. Like I said, this is snail. You have to do as much as possible to kill the taste. And then I put in one seasoning cube as well into my pepper mix. When I did that, poured everything in, mixed it all together, and everything was looking good at this point. It was already smelling divine. I sneezed a lot when cooking this because the pepper was everywhere, really. But what is peppered snails without pepper, right? So I got in with a little bit of salt. I have my measuring spoons and cups for all of these things. I use the smallest one for salt because this is just a very small portion. And then I just stirred that in, allowed it to cook for a while. And then when it was dried, you can see that it's almost disappearing from the pot. And then I added my cooked snails into the mix. And I realized that I still had pomo. If you don't know pomo is cow skin. I still have cow skin from my previous food I cooked. So I decided to add some of the cow skin into my mix, because while I was stirring, I saw that the snail portions were actually small. So I decided to add cow skin, which is pomo, to make everything, come to life. And that was working perfectly. So I added my cow skin, as you can see, and it's looking fuller, it's looking better to me. And we're ready to serve, basically. So basically just stir fry. Like I said before, if you need to add more oil to this, that's your prerogative to do that. So my potatoes are cooked, my snail and pomo are already cooked. Everything looks so nice. Everything is well sauced, well peppered, and I'm serving it and we're ready to go. It looks divine. Trust me, this tasted so nice. It was hot, but it was nice. So if you want to replicate this video, just do it. But just mind the amount of pepper that you use. You can use the bell peppers to also give you the color, but not give that hot taste. So I paired mine with soda because, we're going to be eating pepper. So we need something chilled to cool it down when it gets too hot. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video, drop a comment, share this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching all the time. I do not take it for granted. I am always happy to do this. I am always thankful for the support I get from you all. Food is served, soda is ready, and we're ready to go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share if you enjoyed this video. See you on my next video.